PNB Rock's girlfriend, Stephanie, jumped to social media to reveal that, unfortunately, her late boyfriend, the father of her beautiful daughter, passed without life insurance, without a will or a trust in place. While she was thanking individuals for, buying hoodies and buying things from her to support her as she is maneuvering into this new life without her protector, without her provider, in a form of her late boyfriend. She revealed that the reason why he didn't have that stuff is because we're young and we don't think about death because we think we have so much time. As I was watching that video, she started to get emotional and started to cry out to God and just saying, God, thank you. God, use me. While she was saying, God, thank you, and God, use me, she was also saying, God, have your way, and thanking her supporters and thanking her fans for financially supporting and for financially buying things from her because it's hard. In that same video, this young queen said that she's not getting nothing. She's not getting nothing from his estate as of right now. She's not getting any of his money while she is the mother of his daughter. And I leaned back in my chair and I was like, wait, what the heck? What? I did some research. PNB Rock was worth about $3 million. And you trying to tell me the woman who this man clearly loved before he passed did not have life insurance? How are you that successful? How are you that successful and we don't have the right people around you talking about, yo, bro, put things into place to make sure that if something happens to you, your family will be okay. And immediately I said, yo, listen, there's no way in the world I'm going to have my community following me, a part of my community, and I'm not stressing the importance of life insurance. There's no way in the world I'm going to look at you every Monday and every Wednesday talking to this camera while you are watching me and not remind you to cover the basics. And part of the basics, on top of getting out of debt, on top of building wealth, actually below that, is making sure that you have the correct insurance policies and the correct things in place to protect your loved ones if and when something happens to you. If something was to happen to you earlier in age, have something put in place because it's just a matter of when for all of us. It's just a matter of when. We need to have estate planning and life insurance put into place. I don't give a crap how old you are. If someone depends on you, heck, if you love someone, you need to stop buying Louis and Gucci. You spending $3,000 on a daggone purse when you can spend about $500 a year to cover your family. God daggone mighty. I remember, let me stop getting passionate. Because this bothers me. That this queen had to, I'm not saying she has to, but she's thanking people for supporting her by buying hoodies and buying stuff from her. Daggone it, y'all. GoFundMe and fundraisers at the time of someone's death is not the way to go. It's not. It's not. That's not life insurance. It's not. So before I even go any further, I want you to go to my website right now, anthonyoneal.com/get-a-quote. anthonyoneal.com/get-a-quote. And I partnered my friends over at Ethos, and we made a calculator simply to where you can go in there and get a free quote within a matter of 1 minute. And if you like that quote, you can click the quote and go get fully covered today within a matter of 10 minutes. No blood work, none of that. You can get covered right now. 10 minutes. You send a large message to your family. And I want to be transparent and real with you all. I've been in the financial space for about 10 years now, and I have not been this passionate about life insurance. If any of you all follow me, you remember February 14th of 2021, my life flashed before my eyes. I was coming home from Fayetteville, North Carolina at the time, because right around February 8th or 10th, it was right around that time, 8th or 10th, I can't exactly remember when, I lost my second favorite cousin. Miracle was her name. One of the sweetest individuals I know, and I know she's smiling down from heaven. But my cousin passed from a blood clot. I think it was like not even a month before she had passed, me and her spent some time together driving back and forth. When I would drive from Nashville, Tennessee to go to Fayetteville, I would pick her up and we would laugh, man. And we would talk about life. And I remember she was thinking about getting actually into tech before she had passed. And when she had passed, I drove home to be with my favorite cousin, Keisha, and her kids and my family. Well, February 13th through about February 16th, Nashville got hit with a pretty bad snowstorm, and I was like, yo, you know what? Let me get home. Let me get home before this snowstorm gets in. And I was driving my Porsche Panamera at the time, and I said, you know what? Let me get home before the snow hit, because you don't drive no Porsche in the snow. So I told my family I'm gonna go home and I'll come back for the funeral. And I'll never forget, I got 20 minutes from my house and it was snowing. Ice snow. I hit a sheet of black ice and my car started turning and turning and turning. Cars are hitting on their brakes, trucks are hitting on their brakes to make sure that they don't hit me. And I'm sitting there screaming. I'm sitting there, I'm praying. I'm screaming out to God. And I'm like, yo, God, you cannot take me right now. You cannot take me right now. And literally within a matter of seconds, I'm like, yo, I don't even have things in a place. I don't even have a will in a place. I don't have none. Like, I'm sitting there screaming. I'm like, God, it's not my time. Clearly, it wasn't my time. And I'm still here. And some of you all who's been following me for a while, you remember seeing the pictures and you remember seeing that all of my airbags deployed. The front left side of my car completely gone. They totaled the car. And it was February 15th that I said, yo, I need to put things into place. Because truck would have hit me or a car would have hit me. There's no telling what could have happened. And y'all, you and I have worked too hard to allow when we die, so does everything that we work for dies with us. I've worked hard to build this company to where it produces income without me working. And I want to make sure that everything that I've worked hard for, if I was to leave, that my family can get access to the things that I have. Did you know that 61% of white people do not have a will or a trust? 77% of black people, black households, do not have a will or a trust. 48% of black households do not even have life insurance, while 52% do have life insurance. Out of that 52%, 60% of them are bare minimum through their jobs. And it's not even enough to take care of their families if something was to happen. From doing this research, when the average black person dies, we're going to leave our loved ones with bills and the benefits are only enough to take care of partial of the bills. It's not enough to pay off the mortgage. It's not enough to pay off your kids' college. It's not enough to maybe put something into your kids' pocket so they can go out there and start a business or sow into something so they can start building wealth so we can build a legacy for our family. No. We don't think about things like that. We think about the name brand stuff. We think about the cars and the hair and the shoes and and all the nice stuff, but we don't think about, why in the world are you buying a freaking $1,000 purse and you don't even have a $200 a year policy to protect your kids? But you say you love them. You don't have a will to even just tell America, the world, your family, this is what I want done with my loved ones, with my kids, if something was to happen to me. But you love your shoes, you love your purse. Brothers, we love our cars, we love the ladies that we have, we love our image, but we don't love our loved ones. Because true love comes when we think about them after we're gone. So I did some math because I want you to go to anthonyoneal.com/get-a-quote. It'll take you 1 minute to get a quote to see what can you qualify. And if you love that quote, which I know you will love that quote, you can click finalize this quote, go in there, enter in all your stuff within a matter of 10 to 12 minutes. You can have a life insurance policy today, and within a matter of 5 to 7 business days, you can have a legal team for free, give you an estate plan. Give you a free will, give you free trust, give you a free power of attorney. Make sure you have your medical stuff in place to where if something was to happen to you and you cannot make decisions, someone can make decisions for you. So with Ethos, we worked it out with Ethos to where if you just get an insurance policy with them, they're going to give you an estate plan for free. Now, I know you're probably thinking with Anthony, daggone, man, insurance, man, God, how much is it? It's not that much. I did the math, right? Because PNB died with about $3 million worth of a net worth, right? $3 million of a net worth. The man was 30 years old, so this means he was born in 1993. So I did an example just off of him. If PNB would have been, if he was 30 years old, and let's say, for an example, he wanted to get $1 million policy, let's say his credit score wasn't the best. Let's just say, for an example, he had a 580, 600. I'm pretty sure the man had an 800 credit score. You know what I'm saying? Because he had money. But I'm just basing it off of a general name, general figure. Male, and they even ask you on there, like, hey, do you smoke? Okay, so some people do smoke cigarettes, some people do smoke weed. So I said, all right, cool. Yeah, let's say I do smoke. So I want to say, what is not the worst case scenario, but what is like the average or the okay scenario, right? So for him to get $1 million policy, $1 million policy, it would have cost him $55 to maybe about $150 a month for a policy. Let's just say he's 30 years old, same scenario. He wanted to get a $500 policy, a $500,000 policy. It would cost him anywhere between $25 to $70 a month. But let's just say, I just want to give enough just so my family can bury me and put a little bit of chump change in their pocket. A $100,000 policy would cost him about $15 to $25. So anywhere between $15 to $150 a month, you can have a fully funded life insurance policy and a full state estate plan. I was thrown off guard to hear that this sharp man did not have the basics put into place. He had the fame, he had the money, but he didn't have the basics. Stephanie, if you happen to see this, I love you, sis. And anything my company or myself can do for you, please, please let us know. PNB was one of the greatest artists and brilliant young men I believe this culture has ever seen. My company, my team, myself, my community, our community, we're praying for you. We're praying for your daughter. And I'm praying that, y'all, we can learn. We've lost several celebrities here lately, and a lot of them didn't have the basics put into place. Why? Because we think we have enough time. And the truth is, we don't have a whole lot of time. Truth is, we don't know when and how much time. So I'm asking you, if you really love your daughter, if you really love your son, if you really love your spouse, if you really love your loved ones, can you just take 1 minute, go get a quote? If that quote looks like it's affordable for you in your budget, can you take another 10 to 12 minutes and just get an insurance policy to cover you and your family? Let's say you look at the quote and you're like, ooh, I need you to go cancel some subscriptions. Ooh, okay, wait, I need you to go and cancel and stop eating out as much. Ooh, You know, I need you to go sell one of your Gucci purses, one of your high-end purses. Oof. I need you to make some changes on your budget so that oof becomes a no-brainer, and I got to do it. Go to anthonyoneil.com/get-a-quote, and I promise you, you'll sleep better. And I can't speak for no one else, but I know me, when I do get married, when I do have kids, I will be able to sleep better knowing that when the Lord calls me home, my family's going to be okay. And I pray that when God calls you home, you know your family's going to be okay as well. Don't be up in heaven, free from haters, free from sin, free from negativity, free from gossip, free from drama. You're in joy, you're in freedom, and your family is down here stressed because you didn't think about them when you were alive. Go to anthonyoneil.com/get-a-quote.